Hello everyone, and today is the day I come to show you the first ever bullet journal I've created as a custom order. And for these I used Scribble and Dot bullet journals, Monstera and Honeybee. So let me show you the first one. So the Monstera holds the first 6 months. This journal has got this green velvety cover. We've got the elastic at the back, we've got the pen holder, and we've got standard bookmarks. So I'll show you from the title page. I'm going to skip the name page because I don't want you to know the person's name for privacy reasons. So there we go, that's the first page. That was inspired mostly by note therapy and all the beautiful cloud paintings and illustrations that they put on their Instagram page. I was done with acrylic paints, and this I think with Posca, and the little birds with my fine liners. So we've got this first spread, which is a yearly calendar spread. And then an important date spread, which is basically a yearly planner. So we start with September, as that was what I was asked to do, start with September. This theme was inspired by one of my older themes. Let me show you actually, see if I can. So last year in September I've got a gold bee Scribble and Dot journal. So that was my September theme. Hedgehogs. And I thought it would be so nice to carry this theme over to the bullet journal that I was making for them. So that was my inspiration. Inspiration was my own. This is done with acrylic paints and fine liners and Posca. So this is very much like my own theme. I used the rubber stamps to stamp those out, and also Tombow brush markers to color in all the illustration bits. So then we move into October. October is mandala theme, and this again was painted with acrylic paints, very nice and shiny. And this, that was Galleria Winsor & Newton paints, and the gold is this Deco Art metallic paint. And the stencil I've used is actually my own. I will put the stencil in my Etsy shop at some point, but I'm not ready for that now yet. I'm very busy, but one day it will come to my shop. And then we've got November. November is those cute birds. This again was one of the themes I've done for myself last year. My own bullet journal. Let me show you. There it is. That was mine. So I pretty much used very similar materials except for the cover page, which I've done with acrylic paints. But yes, that was my last year's November theme. So yeah, but the only difference is the cover page is done with acrylic paints. And then very similar to my old one. I love those cute birds. And you'll see that when I draw trees or clouds, they're the same thing, they're just different colors. Basically you do those swirly shapes and just fill them out. Super easy, but I think it looks really cute. So then we go into December. I love this. I love how this turned out. This is done with, the background is done with the Distress Oxide, and this is the color Broken China. And the snowflakes, again, I made a stencil for the snowflakes. Again, this will be available in my Etsy shop at some point. And I used this Liquitex texture paste to actually make the snowflakes. And also, if you see, they have a little bit of a shine. So that shine is this acrylic ink, Dale & Rowney. It's a very nice pearlescent ink. So I just painted this ink over the snowflakes. Here again, these are done with the Distress Oxide through the stencil, and these, as you can see, put the oxide first and then a stencil, and then use the wet wipe to dab out the snowflake shapes. Distress Oxide reacts to water, so it's really easy to create stuff like this. You know, just do your background with the oxide, put your stencil, get a little bit of a wet tissue or a wet wipe, and just dab it out, and it will remove that oxide from underneath, and then you'll be left with something like that. If you've not tried it, try it. It's a really cool technique. So this is the 4th of December, Christmas Day, with this little die cut. And again, I put that Dale & Rowney pearlescent ink on top, just to give it a little bit more sparkle. So then we've got Happy New Year. This was done with Distress Oxides for colors, fine liner to actually draw the fireworks, and on top of that I've used this Versa marker, and I did use those embossing powders. They look really, really nice. But also learned a lesson doing that. We've got a little bit of a see-through. That's the pen. After you heat up the powder with the embossing with the heat gun, it does seep through to the other side. So, lesson learned. Next time I'll do it, I'll probably stick the pages together so the pages are super thick. January, we've got the snowman. Snowman was the inspiration from Pinterest. I saw them long time ago, last year even. I've never done them in my own bullet journal, but I will. That's the plan, because I think they're really, really cute. And this is done again with the Distress Oxide, which is blue and pink. As we know, blue and pink mixed together creates purple. And those little snowflake dots, they just made with a wet cotton bud. And then we've got February. February is Valentine's month. I don't personally celebrate Valentine's, but I thought it would make such a cute theme for the bullet journal. And this is inspired, the illustrations here are inspired by Barbara over from Instagram. I can't remember her full Instagram name, but I will link her Instagram in the description below. And she does this cute animals, birds, sun, you name it. Her illustrations are super cute. So yes, this theme is definitely inspired by Barbara over from Instagram. And this is done again with distress oxide, some Tombows and some coloring pencils, just for the shading. This is so cute. But like I said, if you know Barbara, you will recognize the illustration. If you don't follow her, go follow her definitely, because she is an amazing illustrator. So that's it. First 6 months done. The rest of it is left for notes. I've added some washi tape just to make it a little bit nicer. So that's the first one. So journal number 2. We've got the honeybee. This journal again is a fabric cover with the honeycomb pattern. Very textured. I love it. I love texture. So again, I'm gonna skip the name. And the first page, hello spring, because we start from March, so spring officially starts on the 21st of March. And again, so this is the repeat. We've got the yearly planner from March. Important dates. If you're wondering, those lines, they're just weekends marked off, Saturday, Sunday. And then we've got March cover page. So this was painted with acrylic. Inspiration behind this painting, behind this cover page, comes from Zoe Art Garden and from Sunflower Fairy over on Instagram. I will link their accounts in the description box. These are very, very talented gouache artists. So yes, March is done with acrylic paints. Again, Winsor & Newton. Winsor & Newton Galleria. I will link the supplies down below. I buy my acrylic paints or my painting supplies over at Jackson's Art. I am an affiliate of Jackson, so if you buy anything through my link, you will get 10% of every single item that you purchase from them with your first purchase, and also I will get a little commission from your purchase as well. They've got paints, watercolors, acrylics, oils, you name it. They sell postcards. They sell postcards, all sorts of different colored pencils, caran d'Ache. So yes, definitely worth a look. So let's go back to March. March is the lily pad theme. And then we move on to April. This was inspired by the work of Pete Ramani. It's illustrations of the kids and ducks in the rain are absolutely amazing, so you definitely need to check them out. This is done again with acrylics, Tombows, fine liners, some colored pencils for the shading, and the actual rain lines I've done with those tempera paint sticks. But I will tell you more about them a little bit later. So yeah, this is April. Cute ducks and cute kids. See the clouds? It's like in my November theme. I use the same shape, same swirly for the trees. It just depends how you color them, and you can make so many things out of them. Super easy, and I think it looks good. So for the clouds, I've just used the fine liner and I used the color pencil to create the fluffiness. Same for the ducks. dark, if I just left it with the fine liner, it wouldn't give that, you know, 3D feel. Adding a little bit of shading with a color pencil, it makes the whole lot of difference. So there we go. We've got April showers bring May flowers. I absolutely love this page. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So it was inspired by Willow Wing, Tamara Laporte. She's here and she's over on Instagram as well. If you don't know, you need to know. If you like bright colors like myself and you enjoy mixed media, you will definitely like Tamara's pages. This is done, the face is done with acrylic paints, and I just use this color for the face, peach pink, and I think it works really well. Then use the tempera sticks for the rest, and these are so cheap and these are designed for kids, and that's basically what it is. It's a paint in a stick. How cool is that? I really enjoyed using them, and I'll definitely use them more in the future in my mixed media projects. So yes, like I said, the face is done with this acrylic paints. Then we've got Tombow brush markers, we've got colored pencils for the shading, we've got Posca pen, we've got fine liner as well here. So yeah, so this is May's page, but May flowers. And these, like you see, the flowers, they basically just blobs of the paint. I'll just pick up a stick, go like this, let it dry. It dries really quick, and then draw my doodle flowers with the fine liner on top of that, Posca on top of that to add extra oomph to make it stand out a little bit more. And then we've got June. I love this theme. I've never done a honeybee theme in my bullet journal, but I'm definitely gonna make it next year. This is done with distress oxides, yellow at the bottom, orange on top, and I made a stencil for this, the honeycomb stencil, which again at some point I will have in my shop. Not yet, unfortunately haven't got time now. And these doodle flowers, they're just fine liner filled out with Posca pen. The bee is Posca pens, black and yellow. There you go. And these, for the wings, I've used those two Tombow brush markers, 491 and 992, and they give this feel, this feeling of transparency. I love this. So that's June's cover page, and then I carried on the honeycomb throughout the entire month, added some little cute bees and some flowers. These are just done with Tombows. Also each month I put a little bit of a washi tape as an extra decoration, and so I do 1 month I'll do it at the top, and next month I will put it at the bottom. I think it adds extra texture, and I love texture. And June, and then we go into July. July is summer, so it's ice cream. And so here we have ice cream theme, and that was inspired by something I found over on Pinterest. And this is basically fine liner for outlines, Tombow brush pens for the title, and to color this in I mostly use the colored pencils. So the colored pencils that I used are mostly these Castle Arts paint pencils, These are really nice. They're nice and soft. I like using them. And also my Arteza colored pencils. Look at the colors. Yummy. Yummy, yummy colors. Some of them are a little bit harder than the other ones. There's few quite hard ones. These are watercolor pencils. I don't very often use them as watercolors, but I use them to add extra oomph to my projects, my paintings, or my drawings. And this is just Distress Oxide in yellow and orange again. So, ice cream and sprinkles everywhere. I think this turned out really, really yummy. Look at those desserts. Well, you want to eat one? Especially this, like this strawberry sauce on top of that ice cream. Ay, 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 makes me hungry. So then the last month, August. This was inspired again by Willowing, Tamara Laporte's book. I've got, it's this one that inspired me, and she's got some guest artists featured in her book. And the person that did this Little Mermaid is Andrea Gomo. I used the shape of the mermaid, some, bits and pieces from her drawing to make my own. There you go. If you don't have any of Tamara's books, you need to get them. They are so beautiful. This is her first book, and it's just, I look at this book and I feel so inspired. She teaches like different techniques in here, but for me, just looking at different things, looking at those colors, it just makes me want to create. Makes me want to get messy with the paints and try different new supplies. I just get massive inspiration from her books and from her accounts. So yeah, so this is the first one, and this is her second book. I think when you get it on her website, she will send a signed copy of her book. Love them. So back to August, and we're under the sea with Little Mermaids. This is done with Distress Oxides again, and I've combined the blue and lime, twisted citron actually, and broken china to create this turquoisey sea color. And a lot of mermaid illustration. There comes a point when you're like, what else can I draw? But I think it was worth it. It looks so cute. I love them. Like I said, I love bright colors, and people that know me, they know I love bright colors. I never wear them. I always wear gray, dark, or like very, very muted colors. But anything colorful, absolutely love it. The brighter, the more colorful, the better. And that's it. So that's the notes pages that I've left. I've added some sparkly washi tape to the edges, so it just makes a little bit of a difference. And again, see, we've got the pocket at the back, elastic, and a pen holder, and this is it. So yes, these are the two bullet journals I've created for the next 12 months. It was a made to order bullet journal. I am personally so proud of myself for completing this in such a short time. I had about 3 weeks to do it, and I spent every single 3 minutes working on those. But I've done it, I've met the deadline. They will be passed on to my client tomorrow, and I can't wait to see the reaction. They've seen the first one, they've not seen the second book, so the second book will be a big surprise. Try those out. These are really nice journals from Scribble and Dot. Once again, I'll leave the list of the supplies that I've used in the description box, and I will link the inspirational people and the painters and illustrators in the description, so you can check their work as well. It would be nice if you leave a like, if you leave a comment. I really appreciate that, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Take care and thank you for watching. Bye bye.